Yo, it's Anna from the future. I'm almost done editing. This video is a bit of a journey. If you just want the deck techs, these are the time.
I love Gruul. I have always loved Gruul. I love putting together just a huge army of big, spicy beefcake. Like, you swing at me for 12, I will take 12 rather than letting my simp die. And then when I have my nice big army, my favorite moment is swinging it for like 45 and not knowing if it's gonna land. Oh shit. I've known red-green was the way for me since my introduction to Magic. Fuck it, backstory time. It was just a year ago. Month before Neon Dynasty, my first album was done. I was walking around my silly little life with nothing to do. Walked in on my roommate Bert watching some Saffron Olive. I said, fine, I'll buy a deck. Just show me how the colors work. We watched this video. I tell him, I think red-green seems like the way for me. He says, fuck yeah,
Gruul, based.
I asked, what's Gruul? What do you mean Gruul? And I haven't stopped thinking about this game since that moment. We all head over to the card shop to get me a deck, and I pick out this guy.
So, like, whenever he takes damage, he makes this little spirit buddy that dies after it hits something, and whenever you roll dice, you can make him do 1 damage to himself. Just smack yourself in the face and summon a ghost.
Rolling dice is fun, and when rolling dice means 5 4s, it's really fun. I'm in the line for the checkout. I turn around, and my roommates are holding decks of their own. These 3 for Bert, June, and Thorn respectively. I didn't know they were getting decks too. That's awesome. We took that shit home, sleeved it up, and played it for 24 actual hours. It was not healthy, but it was beautiful. A couple weeks later, Bert starts buying us uppies. You know Fiendlash? If you have Vrondiss and not Fiendlash, there's a link in the description so you can go get one. A few weeks after that, I start buying the uppies. Even made a couple customs. As you can see, I had no idea what I was doing. My first single that I bought for myself was Xenagos, God of Revels, the Constellation printing. I saw it over at Cosmic, and my heart just sang. I needed it. $24 on cardboard seemed like a lot at the time. Doesn't anymore. And that's a pretty good illustration of my singles buying habits at the time. I didn't really understand theme yet. I didn't know what it felt like for a deck to be truly online. This went on for way too long. Just buying cards because they were cool and seemed fun and not because they actually fit with the game plan. Around May, I kept having games where I barely made any of those tokens at all and realized I broke Vrondiss. My other roommate had an AC deck that they wouldn't let me play, and I was so jealous of the extra land drop, so I started looking for another Gruul commander. The idea was to keep all the synergy stuff in Vrondiss and move the just cool things over to Mina and Den Wildborn. So this one is like you can do twice as land as much, and you can pay a little bit and put a land back in your hand to get something to trample. To my great surprise and ecstasy, my roommate June had a shoebox lying around just packed full of Zendikar Rising. Yeah, let's get the landfall thing going on. Showcase art, Kazandu Mammoth, Lotus Cobra, get out of here. Beautiful. Mina came together real fast. Even split between spells and lands. And when I say even, I mean even. I run all 9 of the Gruul legal double-faced ones. Because think about it. Her ability lets you pick a land up into your hand, and it's before the colon, which means they think this is a cost. I never use this for trample. I use it to pick a land up and get another landfall trigger, or pick up a double-faced land and cast that spell after I've already been using it as mana for 5 turns. Just a couple nights ago, I was down at a different card shop, staring at my board, trying to find a way out of this thing, and I think I've got it. I use a floating red off of Loco and a green from Balaged Sanctuary to activate mana, pick up Balaged, flip it over, use it to pick up Song Mad Treachery, another flip card from my graveyard, and cast that, stealing a 9/9 flying infector that proliferates on face damage and kill its owner with it. Great session. You know what they say. Never make the same mistake more than 5 or 6 times. Let me tell you, I made the exact same mistake for the twins. I started buying them things that didn't actually make sense here. They were just stompy and cool. Ilharg does not belong in this deck, no matter how fun it is to cast a Venjikar every turn. Xenagos, again, does not belong in this deck. As I speak, it is the 18th of February in the year 2023. I have been running Vrondiss, Rage of Ancients, for 13 months, and I never thought I'd say this, but I'm getting a little bored. Every time I look through the list, I think it's full, it's perfect, there's no need for change, but there's always need for change. Just as 1 became 2, in this video, 2 is gonna become 3. If I want a legitimate, just dumb shit, cool shit deck, I need a commander that does not offer synergy, that does not have a game plan. And that's why I bought, oh god, look at her. Nothing to do but just big Gruul smash.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. Now we're talking. I get twice as much mana, and I only have to deal with 1 card type.
So from now on, Vrondiss is gonna be all about the dice. Mina and Den, straight over the plate landfall deck. I'm gonna go up to 55 lands. And all the big, stompy, fun shit, your Xenagos, your Elder Gargaroth, that's going to the Centaur. What does that mean exactly? Don't really know yet, but I'm here filming the April video in February, so I got 2 months to figure it out. Let's go find out. So what are the goals here? How do we get started? Well, for Nikya, it's real easy. It says right on the card, we're only playing creatures. Gigantosaurus, maybe a couple Eldrazi, but I would also like to do some nice triple spelling. So there is going to be some Phoenix shit types. Mina is also a very simple concept. There's really only 2 effects I want in the entire list. The extra land drop makes my hand empty out super fast, so we need a lot of passive draw, whether that's impulse draw, whatever. Owlbear Shepherd, Colossal Majesty, Garruk's Uprising. Apart from those, we are going full focus directly to the theme. Every single other card on the list is going to have the word land somewhere on it.
Vrondiss, on the other hand, needs a lot more work, a lot more thought. I just played a few prize matches here at the shop, and I won one of them, but it was kind of an accident. I Planeswalker Xenaghost straight into a top deck hoof. I'm just not rolling enough dice, you know? The dragon tribality kind of needs to go. Let's just focus on the dice and the go wide strategy and the ETB triggers and the dice triggers. I don't care that they're dragons. I have a changeling deck. The dragon stuff can go in the changeling deck. I'm driving home with my 4th bad mood of the year. I should not feel this way after a Vrondiss night. It's bullshit. Fortunately, I bought a box of Unfinity last year that's still mostly unopened. So let's crack one of those and see if that cheers me up. Shit. Acorn. Oh, this is perfect. Well, that's going in. I don't need stickers. This one's a maybe. We'll see how many other good attraction things I pull. This one's good, because if you noticed, I always am. This would be so fun as an actual commander. What if I picked of? What if I built this, but it's of? These attractions suck, but this food token is awesome. Cool, got 3. I'm really disappointed. This morning, I played a game on Amulet Titan where I never did have an amulet, and that 15 minutes was more fun than last night's entire session. Amulet Titan is still fun when it's not doing, like, the thing. Vrondiss isn't anymore. That's why we need Unfinity. Just picked up a super cute Ibex for Nikya. This is gonna do serious work. Let's find out how many slots I'm actually working with here. We're starting with Mina. This should go in Nikya. Itali belongs in Nikya. Urabrask, passive draw, need that. I don't think Warstorm Surge has a home in any of these. It's a non-bow with Vrondiss. Angrath's Marauders is gonna be Nikya for sure. I think I forgot to mention, Nikya is gonna be my teaching deck. That's what I hand to beginners, and this would be so fun for someone playing their first game ever. That'll get you coming back. Breaks my heart, but I don't know if Fight Rigging has a home. Thunderfoot Baloth, Nikya for sure. Bobo can stay. This one's lands matter and passive draw. Mirror March is out. There's Xenagos. This super sad mountain is a souvenir from my first night judging. All my basics are different in here. I found this in the land station and asked the head judge if I could keep it, and also if he could fuck it up a little worse. Ilharg. That's Nikya. Alright, got this sorted. Let's take a look at Vrondiss. Ryle is staying in. This is a 1-mana 5/4 that cantrips. Tauren Mauler, Changeling, Reaper King, obviously. Decree of Savagery has to stay in because I got in this argument with Bert like a year ago about whether it's good, and if I take it out, I finally lose. Finally, I got this far through the thing and just hit my first dice card. This is the problem. Terror of the Peaks. Open the Omen Paths belongs in 5-color. Ancient Bronze Dragon, baby, I cracked this. Stalking Vengeance and Terror of the Peaks both on the field at the same time. Crater Hoof! I'm really gonna need Inara. Brash Taunter, Fiend Lash, Vrondiss. Pause and think about it for a second. Oh, Heirloom Blade puts it in the hand. I've been playing this wrong for 13 months. Do have some removal, okay. Skull Clamp, way too good with those spirits. There's Fiend Lash. Anger ain't doing it for me. Delina Wild Mage. I had this, Wolfgar, and Barbarian class all out. I made 27 Dragon Spirits and 9 more Vrondisses in one attack step. We still call this the Delina turn around the house. Thunderbreak Regent, Reaper King. Lathless, Reaper King. Chaos Dragon! This is like my favorite shit in the whole shit. It's so cheap. Like they thought this was a downside? Okay, so from Mina we have 8 that are moving over to Nikya and 10 that are just out. 18 more slots to play with. 9 forests, 9 mountains. And for Vrondiss, we have 1 going to Mina, 13 that are just out, and 11 that are going to Reaper King. 20, 25. So that's, wow, that's a quarter of a deck. That's 25 slots open. I feel way better. This is the problem right here. 13 ways to roll in a list 100 long? That is unacceptable. Well, this is out for sure. This can be Tybar's stand. I just judged my first Commander tournament. I tried to give all the tables equal attention, but it was hard because of the Gitrog player. This guy was doing shit like, okay, we moved to discard. We're gonna discard these 3. That gets me 3 draw triggers. We use one of them to dredge, and we resolve the other 2. And now I gotta discard again, discard 4, and now Kozilek's involved, and my library is 2 cards thick. It was amazing. It also made me jealous. All my land deck does, you play another land, you get crazy profit. We can do more fun shit with that. We could flicker, we could cycle through the graveyard. We could put Dark Decks combo. Marit Lage. New goals for Mina now. Fire of Resistance, a Planeswalker for 2 red, +2, never miss a land drop again, -3, absolutely laser nuke somebody's commander, -7, put Valakut in the small dick energy kennel and lock it. Oh, and he looks like this. Hell yeah, he does, buddy!
I spent like 300 on cards this week. I gotta chill for a minute.
I don't think I'm ready to go as far as that Gitrog player yet. I need to start slow with the lands in graveyard relandimators. The relandimator strat. just, get my Crucible of Worlds together, get a bunch of those effects. I just found this in a stack just sitting here in my office. That's what got me thinking about all this. And once I'm happy with it, why not her? So now I've got like these 3 aspects of my hope for this list all pulling each other in different directions. There's the Wrenn, which is like $60. If I spend that $60, then my fetch package is gonna have to be the janky shitty ones, your Terramorphics and your Cabaret Courtyard, and just have a lot of them. But if I have too many, I won't have enough basics to support that package, so it's gonna be a lot of balancing. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. If I run through all my basics, I'm probably already winning. I just got low-key attacked by a dog. I was delivering a box, and I guess this thing figured out how to open the door. See, now I'm in kind of a weird spot. I just had the opposite of the Vrondiss experience. I went to the shop, played a game on Mina, did not win, but had a blast on that deck, and now I feel weird about tearing it apart. My opener had both Ilharg and Phylath, so I got to do the thing where you drop Phylath for free a bunch of turns in a row, and I ended up with like 30 plants. It was awesome. I don't know. No, I'm hung up on this. Nikya is gonna be just as much fun. Nikya's gonna be, it's hard. Trust the process, trust the process. Just keep trusting the process. Time to get physical with Mina. I just got about $60 worth of treats. We're gonna pull all the cuts out of here and slot that shit right in. Itali is Nikya. This one's out. Nikki. Oh, oops. I bought one of these a couple days ago. Apparently I already had it. Whoops. Okay. In the out pile we have 9. 1, 2, 3. 9 looks good. And in the Nikki pile there's also 9. Wow. Everything is 9 cards today. Sleeve these up. So I like doing this thing where whenever one of my decks wins against strangers, I buy it a little treat. If Mina really wants that Wrenn and 6, she's gonna have to win. Got Ramen Up, Excavator, and Crucible of Worlds. Oh, also, Conduit of Worlds. I found this when I was sorting cards for fun at Cardhaven. Dark Depths and Thespian Stage, Expedition Map, as well as Elvish Reclaimer to help me find the full combo. Ghost Quarter. This is the box I've been working out of. This was my first box. Used to be Vrondiss's home. Bunch going on in here. I still can't get over how stinking gorgeous this Koth is. That leaves 4 more slots. I technically could just toss forests into this and call it a day, but I want to feel good filling these last 4 sleeves. Oh, it's finally time to start sleeving Nikya! Damn, tough as scales is fucking right. Ah, lovely. I feel like Itali should be the first. Ilharg doesn't wanna go. Cutie. Oh, Xenagos is still in a side loader. I just tried to put a sleeved card in the next sleeve. I should probably be sleeping more. Rurik Thar is never gonna hit me. I got this guy out of a pre-release pack that I got for free. We're not gonna have any mana dorks in here, because they only tap for 1. Cringe! We're gonna have creatures that go get lands, like this, and Steve. Oh, speak of the Steve. Galta, though. You ever cast a trampling 12/12 off of a single forest? We're up to 22. We're just past a 5th of the way there with Nikki. Feeling good. Vrondiss is still gonna get one last ride before I give him the same treatment. This is Vrondiss's last game as a dragon deck, and the man on my left is about to win to fucking revel in riches. I just did the same thing with Vrondiss, but I don't have all the cards for it yet, so I got all this room here, all these empty sleeves. They're beautiful. Greater Good is gonna go crazy with these spirits because I'm gonna sack them while this is on the stack. Oh, you discard 3. I thought you just straight up drew 5. That would have been crazy. Mina is done. I lied. I played another game after that, and in that one I rolled
0 dice.
Oh, well, if you just wait until you have all the cards ready to go, then you can still play the deck.
I don't want to. I don't even want the option.
So I lied about lying. I actually lied twice. I found one more empty sleeve in Mina, but don't freak out. It's okay. I forgot about Sylvan's Scrying. We're definitely gonna be able to do the Marit Lage thing now.
My credit card is not enjoying this project. I gotta go make some money somehow. We're about to find out what Tony plays in Modern. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Ah!
Y'all ever get COVID so hard that you almost buy every Nissa, but the first one is out of stock, so you give up?
I was so sad about not being able to put the March video out in March. I had to give the people something. I just recorded a different video and edited that in 2 days and sent it out. And we went and I did it. Turn 5, first try. Yeah.
Enchantment, sorcery, artifact, creature, artifact. This shit just got announced. Obviously, I'm getting one. I'm out of the house for the first time since fucking Monday. I'm getting McDonald's. This is Bronco's egg. It's his maturation chamber, his birthing pod, a silly little sarcophagus that he retreats into to emerge from later, much sillier. This is Nikya's mama's horse uterus, and this is a pack of fun for me and a buddy of mine. This is spread across 5 decks here. Let's see how close we get. So we got 5 more for Nikki. Meandering Tower Shell is just fun. Alright, here we are. Really hoping this is it for Dragon Boy. There was one I was trying to get that I couldn't find. Journey to the Lost City. That's crazy. My whole town is sold out of it. How many sleeves we got left here? 3! 3? I can fill 3 easy. God, he's so close. Just give me a couple more days.
It's 4 in the morning and I just ordered the second half of Nikya. The rest of the creatures here, they're all beautiful. I got so many lovely showcase things here. Where did Lizard Blades go? There it is. Oh, what a cutie.
Oh shit. Let me in.
I sent in a list, and I was also hoping for 50 forests. Great, thanks so much.
So what happened is Xenagos doubled Nikki's stats, Nayeth doubled Nikki's stats, and then Zopandrel doubled everyone's stats, and that is 70 power on board on turn 6. I'm done! This is the last 4 pieces of Vrondiss. It's finally a list I'm excited about. The thing that got this whole project started. Oh, God, the relief. Next time you see me, should be deck techs. You guys don't have a problem watching someone eat, do you? Greenweaver Mina was a leader among the Moldaya elves on Zendikar before their home got face-fucked by Eldrazi. Her eyes are red, her abs are iron, and her twin brother Den is also here. One time an Eldrazi yelled at them so loud that they whole ass unraveled like some reality stone shit, but Mina yelled back so loud that she pulled out a knife and stabbed it in the chest. I forgot to tell you what she does. Consider yourself pranked. This is a 4/4 for 4 that gives you an extra land drop, and you can pay a Gruul and pick up a land to give something trample. By which I mean you can pay a Gruul to pick up a land. Part 1, keep your ear to the ground. Here she goes, talking about land again. Sometimes I have people guess how many lands I got.
They always say 40. Honey, no. Sister, no. There's 55 of these sluts. 27 of them are basic, 5 are boring, the rest of them do work. Rogue's Passage. Cultivator Colossus is like 1 billion pounds. I don't know how he fits through that door, but that doesn't stop him, because nothing fucking can. Mosswort Bridge, as if I need your discount. Sometimes I put basics under here. And sorry, not sorry, Ghost Quarter. Only I get to have fun lands. Back off my brand. 8 of my lands are spells, with land costumes in their inventory. The nerds were right all along. These fuck. Valakut Awakening for when my hand is stupid. Turn Timber and Song Mad for when my board is stupid. Kazul's Fury, Conley Ambush, and Shatter Skull Smashing to turn your board into stupid. Spikefield Hazard for when you're going stupid with the graveyard. I can ping the thing you were about to sack and really want it back. And last, the Mammoth is just stupid. I've had games where this thing's stats are consistently over 20, and then, yes, we are fetching, but we're fetching on the cheap. Expanse, Wilds, and Landscape. If they're good enough for every fucking precon, they're good enough for the twins. No! Fuck! I forgot to put the shit on the TV. Damn it, give me a second. There we go. That living room looks familiar. If Fabled Passage brings something in untapped, that's honestly my fault. I have both Gruul-inclusive Panorami and all 4 relevant Capenna fetches, each representing 2 landfalls. Why so many? Well, in this deck, fetch doesn't mean go get, it means play fetch. We'll be running back and forth all afternoon. Part 2, Excessive Regrowth. Someone on Spell Table asked me, hey, you know the Ramanap guy and the Crucible thing that let you drop lands out of the graveyard? I think there's a couple more like that. Do you have any? Yup. They say which one? I say nah, I got all. With 5 copies of this effect and how many cards I see in a game, if this shit don't show up for me, it just ain't my day. The ideal situation is dropping the same Capenna fetch twice every turn, making 4 landfalls. The really ideal situation is doing that for so long I run out of basics and feel like a fucking empress. I haven't gotten there yet, but I have been just one little mountain away. Part 3, Peasant Ramp. This is gonna be the chapter where I'm laying down. I run Roiling Regrowth and her strictly baster sister Harrow. As you've seen, that downside is my good side. The Boseiju Saga plants forests in hand and then flips into a chonker. If that or Colty has already happened, Traverse the Outlands is gonna whole ass double my square mileage. Rada and Augur are hand extension, letting me flip them right off the top. Cultivate. Part 4, get your ass in my grasp. The extra land drop keeps my hand pretty lean, so we need lots of tech to re-up. Seer's Sundial. It's slow, but it's on brand. Valakut Exploration. That's an impulse draw twice a day with a little AoE damage as a treat. I get rewards for packing muscle off of Furious Rise, Elemental Bond, Colossal Majesty, Owlbear Shepherd, and Garruk's fucking Uprising. Let's go! Urabrask? That's an extra card for me and some light stacks for you, but don't worry about that second part. I usually forget. Why are we doing this? Playing the land is like the first thing a Magic player learns to do. But it can mean so much more than just the difference between last turn and this one. That's why it's my favorite card type. Part 5! Money don't grow on trees. It grows in the ground. Get in, loser. We're going to Value Town. What does a land drop mean? To me, specifically. It means life. It means counters on this guy, or counters on that guy, or counters on any guy. It means mana from treasures or mana in the air. It's 4/4s, it's 5/5s, and it's a distraction for your fucking Death Toucher. Borborygmus? I just like him. I want to be his little spoon. Moralg, I haven't gotten to work yet, but I'm not giving up. I told you about Koth a month ago. Mountain tutoring, mountain damage, mountains are damage. Colty's ETB is actually wimpy here. It's all about that static. And I just found out that while you're colossing, you can't do the MDFCs because it's not a land card in your hand. Hello. Hello. Scoot. Fucking Swarm. It stands out so much that I have a friend who just calls this the scooter deck. One time I made 11 metric thousand of these bugs. Only 15 of them were ever not summon sick. I got Hellkited hard. Best 3 mana Bert ever spent. Avengicar and Phylath. I think it was Rachel Weeks that said a landfall deck really doesn't need both of these. I also think Rachel Weeks hasn't had them both on board at once. Don't worry, we're almost done. I promise it gets worse. Part 6, please welcome to the stage, Lady Lage. Dark Depths enters with 10 ice counters on it. Each costs 3 to remove. When you shake them all, she emerges. A flying, indestructible 2020 token. Fuck you, I'm not paying 30 for that. Thespian Stage becomes a copy of Depths without the counters. The original dies to the legend rule and gets ram-and-apped back later. And the copy becomes the big fuck-off token. I have a policy that I only hit this combo if I draw half of it naturally. So how do we get the other side? I can pull up any land in the world with Crop Rotation, Elvish Reclaimer, Sylvan Scrying, and X-Map. Or I can just drop Root Path into the gears I was already spinning. Part 7, blow up 1 anything. Part 8, blow up every Artif thing. Part 9, is it good? Hell yeah, it's good! This rebuild represents a full tier of improvement. I can't play it at mid-power tables anymore. This is empty. It's explosive, it's resilient, and it never stops applying pressure to the wounds it gives you. And it's just such a treat to play a list that's over half lands. There's 55 of these sluts. 55 out of 10. This deck... Is there anyone out there who still cares about how things used to be? No internet drama, no useless content jobs, no complicated taxes. Who's still pining for the simple yestertimes when food and family were all that mattered? When we could roam the wild world with nothing but a tool and a set of muscles, free from bureaucracy, capitalism, hunting for one day at a time by summoning vines that erupt from the dirt below us and snaring prey and foe alike as we wait for a stampede of god pigs to flatten every standing structure visible from a height of 50 feet. Nikya does. She remembers and she still cares. She wears bones, she takes twice as many steps as you in half the time, she gets along with all your cool friends, and she does her own hair. Part 1. Fuck, I wanna meet this chick. The party don't start till the centaur clocks in, and by party, I mean all my land mana is doubled and everything in the room is ready to go to war for me. Now she's popular, but if we offer her 5 mana, you know my girl will be here. God, she's pretty. 5 mana, easy shit, but many hands, you know the drill. I know a couple elves that always bring firewood and a couple more that know how to make it last. There's a grove druid, a garden dinosaur, and a snake hippie that never show up empty-handed. This snake has hands. He has fucking 4 hands. And a big toothy love bug who's always down to run to the store. Be careful around this guy. He goes hard. I ran into him at one of Barbie's parties and he actually fit 16 lands in his gross fucking vertical robo-mouth. Part 2. Wait, do we need bouncers? These 3 don't look like much, but if you need them to take out the trash, they will literally die to make it happen. Flappy frat bro here keeps getting too drunk and starting fights, but we all get to vote on who he pummels. The bro squad here always completely redecorates. Just be ready for that. These 2, they're dating. Each ask every new arrival what their least favorite person or thing is and fucking punt it into the sun. I'm friends with the building, and she will protect you. Part 3, hype squad? So maybe there's a girl. Maybe she cute. Maybe you want to go talk to her. Get her number, punch her in the nose, who cares? Problem, there's a line of polo players in the way. You could say they're blocking you. Champion Alamholt says, don't worry, they won't touch you, I'll scare them off. Naeth says, don't worry, they will touch you, but you'll touch them back harder. Zapandrel, Angrath's crew, and my buddies from the zoo will get behind you and push you through the dudes. But I recommend you go talk to that guy. He's the first friend I made in this town. He'll just pour liquid courage right in your mouth before you're half done explaining the predicament, slap you on the ass, and say, go, 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 do it! You got it! Part 4, keep them coming.
I mean, I want this place kicking harder than a sensei when I get back.
These are the folks that advertise the function on their Twitters, on their DeviantArts, and obviously on their house Discords. This one even sent a mass tree mail. You should put your name on his tree mail list. Don't go feeling too special when Ruin Grinder posts about your party. He does that for every event in town. Do check his profile. Itali always shows up with people you never met before, but he asks if it's okay, so it's okay. Beast Whisperer only gives out the address to people who comment who their +1's gonna be. The Shepherd and the Champ will keep calling people over as long as the party keeps rocking. In the house tonight. My girl Whitney will sit with anyone who's having a bad time and stay with them until they're ready to get back off the wagon. Part 5, I don't care that there's no room in the guest book. Find room, sign the shit. Guys, I'm gonna be real with you right now. This bit where everything's a party metaphor, I didn't plan that. It just naturally came up. And it's wearing me out, but I can't stop now. I'm stuck in it. So I'll soldier on. We'll keep going. More jokes. More fucking everyone gets a joke. We're just gonna sort by mana value for a while. Shit, I mean, group photo. Everyone line up by height. Come on, Mana Simp, you got this. What would Xenago say? You got this. Phoenix Chick keeps popping his head in from the backyard trying to get in on the next round of Smash Bros. The Devastator is the life of a party to a degree that correlates perfectly to the cooler's fullness. Slumbering Dragon is obviously the femboy who shows up and occupies the bathroom for an hour and a half doing his makeup. Lizard Blades Lizard spends a lot of time sitting by the pool, waiting for someone else to suggest Stallion Wars. Scavenging Ooze is a great guy, but a fucking klepto. Hide your jewelry if he RSVP'd. Managorger Hydra skulks the place quietly asking for bumps. Somehow she makes herself super endearing and everyone who doesn't know her keeps saying yes. The Dragonborn here walks into the house like, send me your strongest. He arm wrestles whoever the beefiest dude around is and somehow it's a tie every time. Like, how strong is this guy? It's undefined. Bramble Sovereign's actually my girlfriend, but she's also dating everyone else, and her basement is full of full-size wax figures of all her partners. Couch wiggle.
Keep your energy up, kid. Come on!
Gamekeeper is socially fucking hexproof and comfortable anywhere, but doesn't actually like to party. Other friends hit him up to scout the place and report back if it's chill so they know if they want to come or not. Ortheon is still really obsessed with that social experiment where you start dancing by yourself somewhere and see how many people dance with you. Results are mixed. Vengevine keeps trying to leave, but on the walk to the car they run into another squad rolling up and decide he's still got another couple gallons in the tank. It's so hard to greet my other friends when they do this because they come back inside yelling, "Rargle, argle, argle." Ave has one of those costumes where it's a line of dancing skeletons. She's been working on it, iterating it for years. Always a hit. Gigantosaurus is actually just a T-Rex. I'm not actually that close with Ilharg, but he's a fabulous metal drummer. I swear he's in a new band every week and he always gets real tight with the bass player. Hey! 7 years ago, I was throwing my actual real-life birthday party at a buddy's place. I look over towards the door and see this guy Gary walking in. The day before, Gary had been real homophobic and cringe to me. So I go find my buddy and say, that guy can't be here. A minute later, I look again and I see my friend standing on the first step by the door so we can get a full 1.5 feet of height over Gary. I got a real tall friend. He's telling him, doesn't matter why. Just go. Never have I ever felt better protected than right then in that moment. That's what Gruul does in the Nikya deck. If you're trying to get some kind of game going in a hurry, don't tell Meandering Tower Show. He has to go outside and smoke a blunt before doing anything. Ancient Ooze is the best crowd surfer I have ever met. Like, this is X Games level surfing. This one, let's play a little game. Let's see how long it takes me to pronounce this. O Father who art in Nyx, please make me swift of tongue and calm. Gnarlroot pallbearer. Holy shit! I got it in one. Oh my god. Yeah, that's my brother. He's like 40, but he keeps wanting to come to my parties, and I can't tell him no. Finally, these four are in a post-hardcore band together. Their gimmick is, they set up all their shit on stage and then ask into the mic where the biggest party in town is, tear everything down, pack it up, and go play a show there instead. Part 6, fuck. There's only 4 cards left. You can do this. Some folks might call this playing dirty, but I've got a squad that goes around to every other party in town and makes it weird so that one ends early and I am the only place to have fun. And lastly, Kessig Wolf Run is a land that grants a creature a stat increase and trample until end of turn. I did it! We're done! I gotta confess something to you guys. I've never actually gotten Nikya to come to a party.
Dude, drop the metaphor. You're talking about a card game.
I haven't actually played a game on this deck yet. But I think that's the plan for when I'm done filming here. Yeah, I drained another bottle, but one of the points of this deck is that it's easy to play. Everything is sorcery speed. You don't have to know what's in the deck to play what's in your hand. And Nikya is firmly behind the math is for blockers philosophy. You may have your fancy little engines. You may get to spend 15 minutes cascading your triggers, and I'll have fun watching, but I don't need all that complexity when I can strike the same fear into the table with one spell a turn. Even someone who doesn't play this game can understand the gravity of bringing a 10-10 or a 12-12 or a 16-16 to the table every fucking turn. 16 out of 16, this deck. I'm not drinking the whole thing this time. It's my third deck tech this week. I'm fucking tired. Vrondiss, Rage of Ancients, was my first commander. 15 months ago, I invited this lovely beefcake into my home and into my heart. He's been gutted and remade twice now, as my love for red-green could not be contained in 100 sleeves. Not even my love for him fits into 100. We need 110 now. Vrondiss himself is a dragonborn from the Sword Coast of Faerun who does D&D adventures with Galea, Sephiroth, and Prosper. He is a barbarian with the subclass Path of the Ancestral Guardian. I looked into D&D rules and he's at least level 14. At that level, quote, your ancestral spirits grow powerful enough to retaliate. Meaning, when you take damage, they deal damage. That's exactly how it works here in card games land. Whenever he gets hit, he summons a spirit token with the same body and the same body, but these ancestors can't be that invested in the fight because they fuck off after hitting one thing one time. He's also a dice masochist. Whenever I roll, he punches himself in the teeth. Part 1. Roll your ball! Anyone know what the hell that's from? It's got that place you hung out 20 years ago taste, but I can't pin it. The dice are the entire big idea here. I started this project because I was having diceless games. You know how cringe it feels to make tokens by begging my friends to block me with tutus? When I tore the deck apart, I found 13 ways to roll dice. 13. That's like 13%. Unacceptable! That's one instance of my main jam every 8 cards averaged over infinite games. I don't have time to play infinite games, even if I'd sell my soul to. Now, here in the post mending era, that interval is every 4 cards exactly. Acceptable! Most of it's baked into things I already gotta be doing. I can roll while I rock ramp. Eventually, I can crack this one to go get Fiend Lash. I can roll when I land ramp and roll to make bodies. This one does both at once. I can roll to recur and roll to remove. The second mode on this one's 10 power for 2 mana. Berserk is friendly and overwhelming encounter let me unleash my mighty green vengeance on the combat phase. Roll dice for deflecting fucking swats. These are all super cool and good, but actually they suck because they only roll once, ideally. I'll pay mana 1 time and roll every turn from then on. Well, how about when I attack? I seem to like to do that. Mighty green vengeance! Strength testing hammer is modest pump, but it's enough to change the blocker math. Sword of Hours? Yum. Yummy sword. Chaos Dragon is beautiful. It makes a 5/4 every turn and helps me decide who to, dragon. Why shouldn't it be a 3-mana hasty 4/4? Fuck! Look close at how this one makes everyone roll. That's very close. Good job. A few nights ago, someone spark doubled it, and I'm like, that's fine. Delina is also a damn gas and a half. I once used this and a couple advantage pieces to make 27 spirit tokens and 9 more Vrondisses in 1 attack step, and the legend of the Delina turn lives on to this day in murmurs and nightmares. This is not my sock. If you can't get behind Ancient Bronze Dragon, you can't come to my birthday. This ain't my sock either. Maddening Hex is another fun one. It impacts opponent's strategy way more than you'd expect and helps me along the side quest of reducing life totals to 0. Centaur of Attention insisted on being in the middle of the screen. I haven't cast this one yet, but I have a dream of getting all the dice to match and next turn re-rolling all 5 as a spite play against God. Wand of Wonder and Bag of Tricks just sit there, representing mana sinks, card advantage, and roll triggers. They're supposed to be for when my hand is empty, but they're so fun, I just can't resist.
Attractions break, you knew it was coming. These are 5/4s every turn on top of the bonuses printed on them. Information booth is obviously the best. Fortune teller tries to be like it, but go figure, a guess about the future isn't as helpful as a fucking map. My team gets pumped by Foam Weapons Kiosk and the Coaster Brothers, Kitty and Roller. Combat is what I say it is when we roll right on bumper cars, drop towers, spinny ride, and swinging shit. And finally, Haunted House gives the ghost of ancient bronze one more day on Earth to make his loose ends worse. My 4 ways to make attractions are unfortunately fucking boring. One of them is ramp on turn 3, and the other 3 are stapled to bodies that don't do anything else. Fucking scene. What does this flavor text mean? 10 seconds to get taller? As adept as Vrondiss is at self-floggery, a little extra from the hand is always appreciated. Blind Blast and Ryle hit him for 1 without going down a card. Rapid Flames does it while benching the big blockers. Desert does it if he gets lost and wanders into the red zone, and Savage Smash lets him go all...
Do it myself.
Part 2. Whose dice I gotta roll to get some synergy around here? Vrondiss isn't the only piece of dice matters. This boy and this lifestyle give me good old-fashioned advantage. Late game, the class can take my army and get their steppin' peppin'. The Space Family Goblinson does not say 1 or more, and neither does priority boarding. This is gonna go nuts with... Do you have to be so big? Enough about dice. Let's make some magic with those tokens. Normally that fucking 4 only lets me get 3 bodies a turn. Inara lets me ignore this. The rapid fire ATBs go over real well with the champion, the greeters, and the swarm keeper. Garruk's Uprising belongs in almost every green deck, and Terror of the Peaks absolutely does go burr. This replaced Scourge of Valkus. See, the problem is when the tokens do the damage themselves, they sack right away. And it sucks that our army drains almost as fast as it fills, but we can profit off that too. If they're already about to die, why not kill them faster? Feeding them to greater good to fill up the hand, or Street Urchin targeting Vrondiss for instant replacements. Sacking something to greater good while it's wearing Skull Clamp is gonna feel like cheating. Stalking Vengeance is like... Wait. Shit, hold on. The token dies? The token dies, goes to the yard, the trigger waits to go on the stack. We do state-based actions, token disappears, and then the trigger goes on the stack and resolves. But when the damage is happening, the source of it doesn't exist anymore? Ah, I found it. 113.7a. The source can still perform the action even though it no longer exists. Fuck yeah. Anyway, Stalking Vengeance is like an other mother of Terror of the Peaks. Vrondiss isn't even the only token maker. I've got 5/5s coming out of my Despot over here, and Dragon Master Outcast too. She's hot. We've talked about how they're made. We've talked about how they die. What do they do when they're here? They hit fucking hard, yo. Unnatural Growth and Brosif Devilis really make that 5 look like a 10. They keep For the Family turned on, and they get countered twice by Ulash. The entire team gets loaded up with counters by the very good, very playable and powerful, very not shitty, good card, Decree of Savagery. Good card. They can also fart out environment fucking clouds of mana through these 2 meatheads. These greasy muscle heads that they're fucking muscles. I want to close by telling you my favorite move to pull off in this deck. Wait, were there only 2 parts this time? Hold on, let me... Part 3, Naturalize. Part 4, Crack Open. Part 5, the Brash Lash Trick. Brash Taunter likes to fight. The pain he suffers is voodooed onto an opponent and he can't die. Fiend Lash has an enrage trigger that makes the wearer bite a player. You activate Taunter, targeting Vrondiss, who is wearing Fiend Lash. The creatures dome opponents for 7 each, and another 5/4 lands on the ground for 3 mana. It don't look like much, but by the time this is set up, 14 to the face is either player removal or close enough for combat to finish the job. The last part. I finished my job. I responded to the brutal truth that my roomies and I are a power creep meta, turned 2 decks that used to be houses into homes, and came out the other side with a 3rd deck designed to bring new competitors into the Gruul-pilled fold, as well as being a fucking work of art just visually. There's only 1 card left to talk about. The thing that makes this game tick, the reason it's so popular, is the ability to find yourself within it. Some use the depth of their intellects to play orchestrator for the entire table. Some tap the power of the graveyard, ensuring every piece that leaves the hand continues to matter until a winner is crowned. Others say to hell with my board state, and to hell with my life total. The only resource that matters is W's. And some want only to make the biggest thing in the room and make that thing somebody's problem. The point is that you know who you are, and the color pie knows who all of us are. Being in your colors and on your theme is beyond compare. Piloting a deck birthed from your heart
that makes your specific brain light up, it's addictive. Commander, in particular, demands this experience. The time cost alone is substantial in the 21st century. If you're sitting behind your hand, invoking the heart of the cards just for a chance to feel like yourself, that ain't time well spent. Variance means every game is different and sometimes they don't go your way. It doesn't mean every game is different and most of them leave you feeling worse than before mulligans. If you can't count on a toy that you designed to be fun, it's not just a waste of a Friday night. It's a blow to your identity that destabilizes your confidence and your ability to care for yourself. That's why I had to do this. 2 months ago, if I was shuffling the deck that made me this way in the first place, I wasn't feeling excitement. I was feeling fear, muted by the happy memory of the 24 hours we spent unable to close our deck boxes. And now it's back to making me want to stay up all night playing it. It's inarguably no longer a precon. It's a piece of me, an angle of me, and I dare say it's my good side. Dan Sheehan recommends spending every New Year's season ripping every card out of every sleeve on your shelf and starting the year fresh. Respectfully, good buddy, that's batshit. That's beyond accepting defeat. That is scheduling the death of a piece of your soul. Don't look at him, look at me. This is the way. This is the move to cure deck rot. You love the deck or else it wouldn't be in your house. You just don't love its behavior right now. Dump it onto the table and split it into the ones that do the thing and the ones that make your feelings do the thing. Get 200 sleeves together and get comfortable with how many of them are empty. Watch what other players are doing and read the singles case at the shop. Let 2 sets come out if you have to. Go play limited so your deck can start its new life with new tech that you already have memories with. Vrondiss is a beast now. Vrondiss is the king of a campy wonderland and the general of a Ravnica leveling red-green stampede. Vrondiss is somebody's transition goals. Fuck, Vrondiss is Vrondiss's transition goals. Vrondiss is Crater Hoof Behemoth out of 10. 16 out of 16. 55 out of 10. This deck sucks. This deck sucks. This deck sucks.